Hey guys, welcome back to another one. This is Crypto Elite, home to the #1 Theta community. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe to the channel. And you can find me on Theta TV as well. Alright, this video has to do with the latest Medium article that Theta came out with and how this has to do with automated driving. So I will dig directly into that. If we look at the Medium article, Theta EdgeStore revealed in the alpha preview release. They listed some bullet points here, and the one that struck out to me is this last bullet point: storage for training sets for AI algorithms such as autonomous driving. And I was like, that is so oddly specific. Why would they mention that? I did a little bit of digging, and it turns out one of Theta's current partners is actually getting into the autonomous driving business. And there's two main ways that Theta actually is very, very beneficial. One is the edge compute network that they have, and then the second is the EdgeStore, which they just came out with. And if you're unfamiliar with the edge compute, we'll check it out. More or less, in summary, the edge network, all of our elite edge nodes and edge nodes, they can kind of turn into like a semi-smart computer. And it's kind of listed here. So the Theta Edge Network can not only act as a data delivery network, but also a generic edge computing platform. Such a platform allows task initiators to post a task, and edge nodes can download and solve the task. And because there's so many edge nodes out there, they can continuously do this and solve a lot of tasks. And there's a couple different articles, two main articles that I do want to talk about, and they kind of highlight why this is such a problem, especially in the autonomous vehicle industry right now. And so I'll read that. Developing and improving autonomous vehicles and driver assistance requires massive real-world data from various high-resolution cameras. And obtaining this data requires purpose-built computing solutions capable of storing and recording data in real time with a lot of speed and accuracy. And that is something, as we know, especially with video delivery, Theta does wonderfully. So a couple of the other challenges here: the primary function of the autonomous vehicle computing solution is to record raw data generated from high resolution cameras, etc. And then valuable data is aggregated and then offloaded from the system for further analytics. And then they use intelligent algorithms to start solving some problems and making solutions out of it. And that is all something that an edge compute service can do. And there's three different stages for the data pipeline and how connected cars and test vehicles use data. The first one is data ingest, and consisting of a mixing of data from a variety of sensors on the vehicle. It requires a raw storage input-output per second. And as we know, one thing that Theta is good at is video transcoding. And what that is video transcoding is a process of converting video files from one and encoding it to another. So it changes the format, it is able to do that, and it's able to change the bit rate also. So this is something, the data ingest is something that Theta can already do. And then the data processing stage, the data from the ingest stage is processed for metadata tagging, which requires input-output performance, and that is something that can be done with the edge compute system. So Theta and what they have created actually works really well from this. And then the last step is data training stage. And that's just using powerful GPUs combined with robust computing power to start solving some problems. And as we know, that's something that Theta can do as well. So this is something that I did want to highlight. And then there's some other must-have requirements: a powerful multi-core processing unit. And if we check out Theta's edge network right now, it's more than multi-core. I mean, there's, as you can see, about 51,000 edge nodes out there that could start solving these problems. So that's one thing. Check that box. High-speed storage, which we'll get into here in a second, rich input-output, and rich connectivity. So these are all things that Theta is crushing. And that's one aspect to the problem with autonomous vehicles. And if we go to another article over here, this is another really good one, and it talks about the other aspect of storage, how much storage is used for these training data sets. And if we check it out, it also reiterates that there's mind-boggling amounts of computational power that is needed for this, and there's petabytes of training data that is used in order to create smart autonomous vehicles. And a petabyte, I actually had to look it up. So as we know, 1,000 gigabytes is 1 terabyte, and 1,000 terabytes is 1 petabyte. So that is what a petabyte is, if you're unfamiliar like myself. And here's just some solid facts about it. So 1 petabyte is about 13.3 years of HD video. Lots of data in summary. And how much data is enough? They go on to say every manufacturer has a different way of computing this. And here is the assumptions that he used in the article. And at the time of the writing, they used Waymo, which is a Google product. And here's the data that they came up with: 3 million miles of live test drives, 1 billion miles of simulated. And then from there, assumption number 2, the duration of data collected was about 2080 hours per car. And that means with a fleet of 100 cars and 5 cameras, there's 1 million hours of video recording in a year, which needs to be captured, transported from the car, stored, processed, and used for training. And if we scroll down a little bit more, the volume of data generated by a single car is about 1 terabyte per hour. And he did some more math. I won't go through all of it, but in summary, the total data after processing is about 104 terabytes. And that is a lot of data, which takes a lot of time to do. And they said even with some very, very smart computers and GPUs, it still takes, depending on which one you use, over 1 year depending, or a fraction of a year. But that's still a very long time to do some data sets. So that is something that Theta, and as I showed you, their edge compute network could definitely come in handy for running that. So I took all that data, and then, as I said before, we do know that Google has Waymo, and it's their autonomous vehicle, and I think they are way good on their own. They're doing a lot. They have their own cloud computing storage and everything, but the next enterprise validator on the list is Sony. And believe it or not, Sony actually has a autonomous vehicle that they are working on. They're in no rush to release it or anything like that. So this is the perfect test case to use something like Theta in their edge network. And it's actually pretty sleek. As you can see here, they have a SUV, and then they also have a car as well. I'll let it load, but they're both autonomous vehicles. They both look really sweet. And if we check it out here, the safety is their number one thing that they're going for, and they talk about all of the different sensors that they're using. And we scroll down a little bit more, and driving assistance. So the network of sensors enables 360-degree recognition of traffic. Right now, they're able to do a level 2+ driver assistance, but in the future, they're looking to continue working on their software updates and performance upgrades to aim for a level 4 or higher self-driving car. And that is their main thing. So I could definitely see Sony, utilizing the technology from Theta to get that level 4 fully self-driving vehicles. What do you guys think of this one? I think it's definitely very plausible, even though Theta didn't outright say it in their Medium article. I think that that is a direction that they are heading, and the edge network, edge compute, it all works in order to solve this problem. Once again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one.